One of the most frequent questions we get is, if God is in control, how could this be happening? Well, all you have to do is look around. Bad things happen to good people all the time. How did a mother get killed by a drunk driver? Why does a child die of a devastating disease? Bad things happen all the time, and the answer is right in the Bible. It's because of free will. We have the ability to make choices, and our choices have consequences. Sometimes, if we make a good choice, they can have good consequences. Sometimes we make what we think was a good choice, and it ends up having some bad consequences. And that's what climate change is. Back in the Industrial Revolution, we made a choice to get our energy from coal and gas and oil. The Industrial Revolution was a good thing in many ways. We live much better lives, much longer lives, much healthier lives because of the Industrial Revolution. But it had an unintended consequence. That was the fact that whenever we burn all of these fossil fuels, it puts all of this carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. That extra carbon dioxide is wrapping around our planet like a blanket our planet never needed and never was designed to have. Our planet is heating up as a result. And we care about a warming planet not because of a little change in global temperature. We care about it because it's affecting us in the places where we live. It's affecting our weather patterns, it's affecting our heat waves, our heavy rainfall events, it's making our hurricanes stronger, it's impacting our cost of living, our agriculture, our economy, even national security. Did we know all these things were going to happen 300 years ago? We had no idea. But they're happening now because of the choices that we made. And now that we know what's happening, it's time to make a different choice.
What if it's not supposed to be complicated? I mean, what if it's not supposed to be this endless chase for rightness, this endless chase for approval, chasing after the will of God, hoping you get in it and hoping you somehow stay in it and don't flub it up? So I serve as the lead pastor of Church Without Religion here in West Texas. I've been here a decade. I came here in 2005. I met Catherine at Graduate InterVarsity Christian Fellowship. It's a graduate group at University of Illinois, and we were both looking for Christian friends. She was one of the organizers of the events there, and she was also the greeter. So she greeted me, and then I married her, but there was a few years in between there. But I was taken by her right away, just really sensed that she was serious about her faith, and she just had a deep care for other people. I had really assumed that there was no validity to any of that, so I started asking her questions. I asked her tough questions. I asked her, isn't this a natural trend? Isn't this just a cycle? What about volcanoes? What about cow flatulence? What about this? What about that? I pulled up everything I could off of the internet. And I launched at her this pile of information that I thought was right, and then she was able to really come back with some solid scientific answers that made a lot of sense to me. So in the first years of our marriage, I changed my mind about climate change.
So this is the fake cheese and that's the real cheese.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah. One of the biggest questions is, what can we do about this problem? Because we feel so helpless. I'm just one little person sitting here in the place where I live. What can I do? The good news is there is a lot we can do. We can act as individuals, first of all. We can take actions in our personal life to reduce the impact we're having on the planet. And we can do that working together with other people so that we can see the impact of all of us working together. For example, if every home in the United States replaced just one traditional light bulb with a new LED, that would be like taking almost 1 million cars off the road. There are all kinds of little things we can do to save ourselves money and to reduce our carbon footprint. But working together, we can accomplish even more. So I'm so encouraged when I see what churches are doing and what Christian organizations like World Vision are doing, or even the National Association of Evangelicals that now has a formal climate change statement. These organizations are working together to help people here and on the other side of the world.
We are called to love other people, and if there are real people in real places being affected, then this is one way, one real, tangible way to love and care for the poor who are going to be hit the hardest by climate change.
One of my favorite verses is in the book of Timothy that says that all that counts is our faith expressing itself through love. Climate change offers us an opportunity to do that. Acting on climate is an opportunity to love other people, to love them in a tangible way today by helping people who are already in need, as well as helping people tomorrow by changing the way we get our energy, by recognizing that the actions that we take matter, by realizing that there's a different way to live, a way that's more compatible with our responsibility for this amazing planet that God has given us, and a way that's much more compatible with loving and caring for other people, loving our neighbor more than we love ourselves.